So it asked title, and I put a title in, and then it asked for a title. All right, I think we are live. We are on Huntley Fall Fest, and thank you very much for being here. Huntley Fall Fest is September 25th, 26th, 27th. We are excited that we're still working towards that, and all of our sponsors and all of our vendors are pretty excited as well with all the changes that have been happening since this COVID thing started. So our sponsor, First National Bank of Omaha, has been so great to have our backs for the last few years and sponsoring our stage that you guys played on last year, by the way. They do a great job in the local area. So if you need a new bank or looking for a new bank, First National Bank of Omaha is a great venue to go to. We have a car show, we have a carnival, we have so many things going on at Huntley Fall Fest. It's just a great weekend, and it's a free fest. If anybody has not been there, it's one of the few free fests that are left out there. The carnival does have a little pay to get into a few of the rides and stuff, but we do have mega passes and a whole bunch of specials on if you want to go to that. Well, but we have car shows, we have local breweries and local restaurants and just things from the local Huntley area. It's right off 47 at the Dikey Park, Huntley Park District grounds. So yeah, it's just a great time. So we hope everyone will be there, and we can't wait to get you guys on stage. Please welcome Serendipity into the house here.
Woo!
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Very good. I'm okay. It's been a nice day today. The last few days have been pretty good.
Oh yeah, love it.
So I'm gonna just go around real quick. If you could just say who you are, what you do in the band, that'd be great. And then let's just get into it. So Josie, how about start with you?
I'm Josie. I sing. I play the keys, and yep, that's all. Michelle.
I'm Michelle, and I play bass.
I'll go. Oh, Radka. Got me. I'm Radka. I play guitar.
I'll go now. I'm Sam. I do keys and sing and play guitar too. Rhythm.
I'm Heather. I play drums.
I mean, I've asked this question to every band and every artist that we've had so far in these interviews. What's the most thing you're missing other than, because obviously that's one of the easiest questions you can ask and answer. Other than the stage, what are you missing about live shows, really?
The people. I never realized how much I need to socialize. I had no idea. I absolutely love seeing all of the wonderful faces and stuff. It just it's what makes me just want to keep playing and playing and playing. So that part is really, really hard.
I think we miss each other too.
Yeah,
we just all want to hang out and we still have band practice and stuff, but when you're playing, especially when you play so much, it's nice because you're used to seeing everybody all the time, but it's sad when we're not together.
Mm-hmm. True that.
Yeah, is it tougher when you're in this situation and you guys say you practice, but do you get together and practice? Have you done that yet? Or has it been, you guys have just been off for so long that you're doing Zooms, right?
Yeah, we've practiced. We just practiced once together a couple days ago.
For the first time.
We finally got to see each other. And actually, we had a show before we practiced for the first time together. So we just went to the show and we were like, hopefully we all remember everything and we just get all the feels back, and luckily we did. So then after that we were like, well, we saw each other, let's practice again. But yeah, we've had one practice.
Crazy. How did the show go?
It was good. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, we luckily didn't just forget everything. we remembered most everything, I would say.
I agree with that.
What is the hardest part to remember as you guys? I mean, each of you have your own parts in the band, so is it easy to just remember your own part and say, yeah, I know this song, I'm going to play it? Or is it the camaraderie and you guys connecting on stage, does that make it any different?
I think it. So like the songs that we've been doing for so long, it just we're like, oh no, we forgot it, but then all of a sudden we're like, here it is, and it just magically just comes back. But the newer ones, we all definitely had to practice before, like on our own before we did it, because we didn't have it drilled in our brain yet.
Yeah, and I think it takes like a little bit of time to get like tight with each other again. You know, like I think the first couple songs that we played, we were like, okay, whoa, okay, got to remember like how you do this and how I do that, because it's so different just practicing a part on your own and then putting it back with the full band. It like feels different playing it that way. It's like you can practice it as much as you want on your own, but it's never going to be the same in like the live setting. So it just took like a minute to settle back into it, I think.
Right on. So other than Sam, I know you do lessons. Any of you do lessons with anybody? You do live lessons, Zoom lessons? What do you do, Sam?
Yeah, right now I'm doing like Zoom. Well, actually I do like all over. Like I'll do Skype, FaceTime, whatever they're feeling comfortable with. I teach guitar and all ages, kids, teens, adults. And I've got a studio of like around 20 usually. But it's been going really well. Like I think everybody has adapted well to doing the online format for sure.
And Heather, I think you said earlier that you do drum lessons that way.
Yeah, I do teach drum lessons on Zoom.
Is it a tougher thing? I know it's a silly question because obviously you're not with your students, you're not with the people you're teaching, but is it a tougher thing when you're doing drums? I mean, drum has to be probably the hardest thing to teach on.
You know what's really tough is when they accelerate in speed on Zoom, it actually gets quieter. The song gets quieter and it blurs, and I can't really make out what they're doing. You know, so I have to tell them to play really slow, because when they play slow, at least I can break it down. You know, but when they're going really fast, I can't even hear them.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say another issue is like getting the whole instrument to fit on the screen. Like with a lot of the kids and stuff, they're trying to like do it themselves, and I can like only see like the neck of the guitar or like the body. Like I'm not able to see everything all at once, so they're like, oh, here, look at this, you know. They're trying to fit everything on, and you know, yeah, I get that problem too, where things like speed up or cut out, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Can you play it again?
Gotcha. So hold on one second. Becky, is it freezing on you? So a couple people have said that we're freezing. I don't see it. I don't know if you guys see it, but I don't see it.
I see it.
Yeah, I don't see.
It's freezing on my phone. Is it freezing for you? Family! Yes, it's freezing.
Family.
It's freezing for them.
Crazy. Hold on. I don't know what to do different, but anyway, I think we'll just have to keep going because I don't know how to change that at this point. But,
Yeah.
How's your connection? What does it say? Does it say it's good?
I have a good connection, and I'm on my computer, so I'm on the Wi-Fi. I'm not on my cell phone at all. Oh, there we go. So all my stuff's closed too. Anyway, so how long have you guys been a band together as this lineup?
Almost a year, right?
I played my first show with you guys in October.
Ah, yeah. Wait, you did the Huntley was your first show with us, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh my gosh, it was. Huntley Fall Fest was Radka's first show with us.
Aw. Be like a 1-year anniversary when we play again.
I know.
And you played in between the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
get songs in.
So we go from having a rain show last year to this year being that questionable thing, and that's why we're pushing this so much, because we are just excited that we'll be having it at this point. We haven't been told no yet, so we're going to keep pushing for that.
Yay.
So everybody but Radka for about a year, how did you guys, Michelle, I'm going to start with you on this question. How did you guys decide to be artists, musicians that you are? Is that something you grew up, you grabbed a guitar when you were 5 years old and you're like, I'm going to play guitar. I'm going to be a bass player. I'm going to do this. What was it? What's your story behind that?
Well, I started playing bass when I was 14. I loved Red Hot Chili Peppers and Flea, and just wanted to start playing bass.
So you're how old? I got to ask, how old are you now? So you've been playing
24.
20, oh, so 10 years.
Yeah.
Great. And do you do lessons at all, or you're out there
No,
playing?
I don't teach.
Heather, how about you? When did you start playing drums?
When I was 12 years old.
And you're what now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no worries. No worries, that's fine.
I'm 29.
That's all right. Becky's over here going, and she's how old? So you guys can't hear that because she's talking to me. But Ranka, how about you?
Well, I started playing guitar when I was about 10 years old. I started with a little guitar from Toys R Us, and that was kind of it. Like watching live shows and watching people play live was definitely a big thing for me. My dad took me to a lot of concerts when I was younger, and that's what really got me playing. Just like the energy from the crowd and from the band. I'm just like, I just want to feel this all the time.
Nice. Sam?
I think my mom put me in voice lessons. I think we just figured this out the other day. I think I was like 8 years old or something. And it was because she tried to get me to do like other things like sports and like join Girl Scouts and like all the other stuff that you like normally put your kid in. And I was like, no, I don't want to. And the only thing she could ever get me to do was sing. So she put me in voice lessons. And then for guitar, I think I started when I was like 11 or 12, maybe. I know I was in like 7th grade. And I actually started it because my mom said, well, she didn't want to put me in the lessons because she said, you're going to quit because you quit everything except singing. But I didn't quit and I still play it. So I actually stuck with it to prove her wrong because I did want to quit after like 2 months. I was like, this is hard. But I was like, I can't. I got to prove her wrong. So it's not the most inspiring story, but I always think it's funny that I learned how to play guitar because my mom said that I wouldn't.
You just disappeared.
Oh,
I just disappeared?
Whoa.
yeah, I couldn't hear you.
That was weird, but
Oh,
I like felt that you were asking me. So
So Sam, and you play keyboards as well, Sam, right?
I do. Yeah, I played like on and off. I like combined my voice lesson with my piano lesson at some point in high school, and then I changed everything to classical when I went to college. So it's like all classical voice, classical piano, classical guitar, all that stuff.
Right on. Josie, how about you?
Well, the story goes, we were walking into a store. I think me and my dad. I think it was my dad. And then I started like singing a song from Annie, and he was like, "Whoa, you can sing!" And then I'm like, "What?" And so then I got in a contest. I was probably like 5 or 6, and I got put in like a singing competition, and then I won it, and they were like, "This is it!" And so then from there, I just kept doing them, and then started the band when I was like 12 or 13, and I'm 23 now, so it's been my entire life.
Radka?
I think I already answered the question.
Oh, you did. Yeah, you did. So is it tougher for an all-female band to play on stages when you're, I'll say it, up against a male-driven industry?
Oh, 100%. I just said 100%. 100%, plus the fact that we're younger, it also makes it harder because people like will just see us and they're just like, screw that, like it's a joke or something, and we're like, we swear we're not a joke, just wait, just watch. So it's very, very difficult. Yes.
What can you guys do differently, or have you tried anything differently marketing wise or anything else that helped drive your brand and the way you guys are on stage? I mean, if anybody hasn't seen you guys know how to rock a stage. Believe me, I've seen a lot of bands. Becky and I have seen a ton of bands, and you guys rock a stage. So what can you do different, I guess? Or is there anything that you could do different? to make people understand who you guys are?
I feel like that's a question we still try and figure out every day. Didn't we just have this discussion yesterday, Josie?
Yeah, I think that the world needs to change. I don't know if there's much. I don't know. I think that people need to just open their minds more and be open to new things and to change and to different things. I think that
Yeah.
that's really all that we can do, you know, because I don't know. I think that there's still like not a stigma, but something going on when it comes to female bands. They're like, it's really like sexualized in a way. I don't know, but yeah, and I feel like we're like changing that.
I feel like we also kind of like, I feel like on stage it doesn't feel any different to me that like we're all girls. Like
Yes.
we've had like guys play in the band before and it like doesn't feel different, but I feel like off stage it definitely is different, like in our relationships with each other. Like I think I like fully embrace, like I'm proud that like it's an all girl band and that like we have all female musicians, especially because like I, you know, as a teacher, I mean, I'm sure Heather has girl drum students, I have girl guitar students, and when I tell them that I'm in an all girl band, like that is the coolest thing in the world, because like already like playing guitar, playing an instrument, like especially like a rock band instrument, is like less appealing to girls, or maybe girls are like scared to get into that and try that. So I think when they see what I do and I tell them about the bands, like it's so cool to see how they react to that, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, I see it on stage all the time. When I think the first time I saw you guys, Josie, was at Elgin Rib Fest, maybe?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
And
that
that
was one of
was
our first shows like 10 years ago probably.
7, 8 years. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Um, what a difference between then and now. But even then blew me away. I think I even called Becky up. I'm like, you're missing this band, and I can't believe they're on at 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever that time slot was. When you
Yeah.
guys do fest, is that also a challenge to try and get into a time slot that is, you know, a little bit stronger, either fans or a little bit stronger getting people there? Or do you look at it as, you know what, I'm going to bring these fans in anyway because they want to see us, and it'll just be a great show?
I don't know. I think we're still trying to figure some of that out. I don't know. I feel like the only way to like get fans is for people to obviously see you, and sometimes it is difficult with certain time slots, but it also is the the fest and the people taking a chance,
Mm-hmm.
you know, on us as well, and just having they just have to trust us that we're going to like make sure that everyone is happy and has a good time and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. What do you guys think? I wasn't ready.
I feel like we work with really good people too, and like they try like to move us forward. Like, you know, at a fest we might be playing an earlier time one year, but if people see us and we do well, then we, you know, start to move forward and everything. And like I like all of the people that we work with, and they work really hard to try and place us where they think it's appropriate, where they think we'll do best. Doesn't always turn out that way since
Sure.
there's lots of people trying to get those spots, but I think they do a good job of doing their best for us.
Oh, that's great. So does it make a difference now that you are all over 21, right?
Mhm.
Does it make a difference now that you can play in bars and venues easier?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
100.
How is that different now than it was before? Because I mean, as artists, you can go into a bar underage and be in a band,
Mhm.
right? But
Um,
how does it make it different?
only certain places. Some of them they were like you all have to be over 21. So like casinos, we couldn't do
Right.
casinos until everybody was 21. And then you know, you'd have the cash like some people who'd be like, "Can we buy you a drink?" And we're like, "Surprise, we're not 21." So there's that difference. But also yeah, the environment is just different, and I think people treat us a little bit differently when they realize that we are a little bit older than we were.
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
I like now too if we're playing with somebody else, like before, because I'm like one of the younger ones and I wasn't 21 for a while we were playing at some of the bars. Like I didn't feel like I could stay. Like I'm not supposed to stay. I gotta go right after the show, but now I can stay and watch like whoever is going after me, which always like I like that part too, and that I can just in general go see other people's shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's tough for you guys to go see shows. We have that come up a lot, where you're out all the time playing shows, doing things, and then you're missing all the other bands that are out there. This last 3.5 months has been able to see a lot of bands and artists live. How did you guys find anybody new and think of anything new to play, or how to do things different as a band?
Well, I never heard of Pino.
Yeah,
Pino's
Pino Farina.
yeah, he's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's really cool. I feel like we wouldn't have found out about him right away, like the way that we did, if this didn't happen. So that's awesome because he's great. What about you, Radka? Have you found
Yeah.
anybody?
It's just really cool to like go on Facebook and then scroll down and see like 5 Facebook lives going on at the same time. And I have a lot of friends like outside of Illinois that I wouldn't see play otherwise. So seeing them on the interwebs and seeing them really do their thing is really cool. Learn a lot of like solo guitar stuff because a lot of people have to play in smaller environments, and it's cool to see like people do collabs together online and like do videos together. I think that's really inspiring because that's like kind of like what inspired us a little bit to like work on original stuff remotely so that we can bring it all together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Heather, how about you?
No, not really. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for this question.
Nah, no
I
worries, no
did. I wish
worries.
I had something to say. That'd be really nice.
She's
But
not
no,
a
I mean, I just haven't gotten into anything new.
I don't think Heather's the most social media person either.
I know.
I feel
No.
like she's very connected with the outdoors and like she exercises and she doesn't sit on her phone all day like I do.
And I think it shows when you play, because your energy behind a drum kit is amazing. I mean,
Thank you.
I think the first time I saw you was last year at Huntley Fall Fest. That had to be the first time I saw you on stage. I was blown away. I think I even said to you at the end of the show that I was blown away by how you play.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I love playing drums. I really come alive. Even if I'm having the worst day of my life, it's like I can forget about it when I'm playing. It feels good.
Who were your influences growing up? I mean,
Um,
you're a young girl and you're going, I want to play drums. That had to be the hardest.
my
One of the
my
hardest.
my uncle played drums, and I thought he was just the coolest guy ever, and I really related to him because he was also like into the fine arts, drawing, and I'm a painter, and so I really connected with him on that level. And then I saw that he played drums, and I'm like, oh, I should do that too. And then for my 12th birthday, he got me a drum set.
Nice.
Yeah.
You still have it?
Yes.
You do?
That one's in the
Nice.
basement though. I have a different one now.
That's like your
Thanks.
practice drum set or something.
Eh,
How about you? Do you have any
You
influences?
cut out.
Do
You
have
cut
any-
out.
Oh, I cut out.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I'm having so much fun with this tonight. Michelle, how about you? Do you have any influences, any bass players you look up to that got you into playing bass?
Yeah, Flea, Jaco Pastorius, Victor Wooten, Marcus Miller, James Jamerson.
I think Victor Wooten has come up on our interviews, probably every interview. Like
Yeah, he's amazing.
The bass player had said something about Victor. Yeah, he is amazing. I actually met him a year and a half ago or 2 years ago at Elgin Community College, and
Oh
he
yeah,
put on. Were you there?
yeah. I think it was a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I went to
Were
an
you at
ECC
that
show. Yeah, I think so.
So I was there taking photos that night.
Oh, sweet.
So I may have gotten your photo. Did you get a photo with him? If you did, it's online. It's
Oh
on
no,
there.
not at that show.
So getting back to shows and being at a venue or a fest, do you guys have a preference? Which one do you like to be at more?
I just want to be outside
Yes.
Yeah.
So
We
you're
love
all the
it.
time. Anytime I'm inside, I'm like, why am I here? You know, the air conditioning, I can't stand the air conditioning. I don't like it on my skin. I like it because it gets too hot, but the texture, I don't know. I don't like
The
it.
texture of the air.
Texture.
The
The
air
texture of
conditioning.
the air.
It feels like fake air, and I just don't like it.
Yeah, you're one with nature, Heather. We love it. That's
Mhm.
what we love about you.
So you guys have been at Fest since 2012.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
Oh yeah. It's been a while.
You guys are going to be on the 27th, right? Sunday?
You know, I think Saturday.
Or no, Saturday. Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are on Saturday.
Yeah, the 26th.
Do you have another show after that show? Because I think you are on an earlier slot, but do you have anything else?
Possibly. I don't know.
Cross
I don't know.
fingers.
Things have come up pretty quick right now. Yeah, crossing fingers.
Yeah. Lenny, I texted Lenny earlier and he wanted me to hit your schedule and say that you're available for shows here and there. So people
Yes.
should just
Yes.
talk about that.
Oh yeah, we are. Yep. For sure. We're ready.
So during this downtime, you guys have put together or worked on another album, or is that completed, or where are you at with that?
It's a pretty slow process right now because I feel like it is a lot easier when we are together to work on that stuff. But we definitely have started on working on originals. Yes. We don't know when we're gonna. The plan was to come out with it in the spring, but things changed. So I don't know. We're still working on everything, and eventually we will come out with original material together. Yeah.
What is the process of writing an album? So is it writing the words first, lyrics first, and then writing the music, or do you write the music first? Are you all involved in doing that, or how does that process work? Because I know Richie's way. I've seen Richie do shows and write songs and do that. Is it similar to that, or is it how do you guys work it?
Well, we actually all write our own material as well. So often one of us will come with an idea, and then we all work off of that idea. So, like Radka will send a guitar part or something cool that she really likes, and then we're like, oh well, we can work off of that, and so then I'll take what she had and I'll write a melody and lyrics to it, and then we'll give it to Sam, and then she'll come up with other lyrics maybe that fit it, or some keys, and then Michelle will do bass, and then Heather will come up with the drums. That's kind of how it comes together.
And I definitely feel like it's like an evolving process.
Yes.
Like we're still figuring out how we all best work together. Like we just set up like a Google Drive folder to keep all of our ideas in. And I was like, maybe we can just like throw random stuff in there and then you can just like pluck something out and try. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of like, my brain is like all over the place. So I like just taking little fragments of things and working with like little pieces. Josie is more of like, she'll like write a complete thing through. And I'm like, look, here is this one thing, Josie, take it. You know?
Yeah.
Michelle, how about you? When you write songs, do you take a full bass line and just go with it, or is it grabbing something like Sam was saying, just grabbing a little bit of here and there?
I usually start like finding a chord progression and then build a bass line off it.
When you guys get together, is it easy to put a song together, or is it harder together as you guys are, say you're sitting around a table or something and you're like, all right, we're going to write a song. Here's the idea. Is that something you've done, or is that just not how it works?
No, that's not really how it works. It's very artsy. I feel like we're all just like, we can all be on our instrument for hours and hours and hours and just like keep playing through the song and be like, I like that. Let's do the exact same thing again. And we keep playing and playing. We're like, okay, everyone work on it separate and we'll come back to it. And then we don't. I don't know. It's very artistic. I don't know.
I feel like it is helpful though to be with like other people. Like for example, last time we were working on something, I like had an idea for like a riff in my head, but I like couldn't figure out exactly where to place it on the guitar. And Rad was like, "Oh, I think I know what you're talking about." And she like took it and she like did it for me. And I was like, "Yes, exactly." Like I'm sometimes like I'll like sing a piano part or like I've got like recordings from like 2 a.m. on my phone of me like singing a guitar part into my phone that I want, but then I have to figure out how to put it on there. And I feel like Radka just like knows where to put stuff. Like I feel like I should just send you all of my 2 a.m. recordings of me humming into my phone, Radka, and make you put them all on the guitar.
You'll be the inspiration. I'll be the scribe.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Is it when you're writing a song though? I mean, is that how it comes to you? Or is it, you have just two notes and you're like boom, boom, and all of a sudden that grows into it? Or do you pull a whole riff together, if you will, and humming it into a phone, and then Radka takes it to the guitar?
Yeah. I feel like we haven't like quite done it that way yet, but like for me personally, like I don't know, I don't ever just like come up with something on my instrument. Usually it's like in my brain and I sing it first and then I put it on my instrument because I'm a singer first, I guess, and so that's why it comes to me that way. I don't know if like I'm sure Radka probably things come to you on the guitar more first, like, and probably I thought it was interesting that Michelle will say like the chord progression comes first and then the bass line, because I would always think it was like flip-flops, like you would like do the bass line first and then worry about the chords, but it's interesting to see everybody's process.
Radka, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of the songs I write right now are based either like on a riff or like a small fragment, kind of like how Sam does it, and just like really building it off that. Like my go-to is like write a riff and like put it like in a loop pedal and then build guitar layers under it. So like do like this is the lead, this is the rhythm part, this is maybe what a bass line would sound like, maybe kind of what percussively it sound like. So just really layering up that idea and then taking the song from there.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Man, music has been around for such a long time. How does it feel to write something that when you're on stage and you're playing it in front of a crowd, the crowd is just grabbing onto it? Sometimes I sit there and I'm at a show and I'm like, man, I heard that part of that song before, and it's an original song for this band, and I've never heard the band before. I'm like, that's weird. How did that happen? Does it feel different, or does it feel like you guys have just grabbed onto something great when you see somebody in the crowd just loving the tune that you just played?
Oh yeah, when people like sing along to an original song, it's the best feeling ever. But often it takes a long time to grab people with originals, and it's often more like you play the original and people are like, and it's like, oh, okay, okay, next. So it does.
I want to hear something I know.
Yeah, right. They're like, oh, can you do a cover? But yeah, it does take time and people to trust you, to give them something that they can like take with them, and because it like the originals really often speak to people, and that's what makes it the best.
Sam, Angie says you rock on guitar.
Oh, thank you. I definitely am more of a I love my electric guitar and playing with the band, but I think I love playing like my acoustic guitar more than anything. Josie knows this. Like I always look forward to the acoustic shows because I'm like, oh, I get to play some stuff. Like I'm like super into like the finger style stuff and like classical guitar things. So that's like kind of where that comes from. But thank you.
And I saw your acoustic the other day. That was great. Where you were at Dirty Nelly's, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was a little cold that day, I think. But how was it?
It was freezing. It felt like winter.
Yeah, I was singing some Christmas songs,
Yeah, but people stuck around and everyone was so awesome, and a lot of people brought blankets, so they were prepared, which was really good. But we were just so happy to be able to play out. But you have no idea how badly we just want to play full band just every single day right now. That's just all I want to do.
Yeah. So a few of the vendors that we have, breweries and some of the Huntley area restaurants. Have you guys played any of those places like So Hopped or
We have not yet.
Huntley Bowl High? I think Huntley Bowl High puts
Oh,
on a lot of
yes.
bands.
Yes, we've done
We did once.
that place once. Yes. We actually just got asked to do some of the vendors' places a couple days ago. So we aren't like absolutely positive on the dates and times yet, but that'll be coming soon.
How is it working with Lenny?
We love Lenny. He's the best.
He is the best.
Mhm.
He's a great guy.
He is. I wonder if he's watching right now or if he's.
He's funny. He likes to make fun of me for my snacks that I have all the time.
Everyone makes fun of you for your snacks.
Wait,
True.
wait, what does that mean?
Do you not know about her snacks?
I
Queen.
am the snack queen. I bring like a packed lunchbox to every show, like no matter what, no matter like if we're only gonna be there for like an hour, I don't care. I have like enough snacks for everybody in the band and myself and anybody who needs it. I'm like, you need some crackers? You want some like dried blueberries? Is like the new thing. And extra water. I'm like, the mom. I'm the mom, I think, because I bring everybody food.
You have particular snacks you like to bring, or is it just general stuff?
Yeah.
Specifics.
Like I know Josie really likes these almond butter cracker things, so I like specifically bring those for her. I'm still learning everybody else's snacks. Like I feel like I don't have snacks for Heather because she eats very healthy. She likes vegetables.
She likes bananas.
She does. I gotta start bringing bananas for Heather.
I
like
gave her a
bananas.
banana.
All right, then I gotta start packing a banana. See, like I like to learn, and then I like bring specific snacks, for people.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right,
Yeah.
so what's everyone's snack of choice? Josie?
I like chocolate stuff, Sam. So.
But you like those almond butter crackers.
I do. I like those a lot, and you gave me some of those. I have some in my house right now for me.
I gave her like a huge bag of snacks as a gift the other day because I missed her too much.
Oh, you're the best. I was so excited. I ate most of them already at the show.
Yeah, I know you did.
Michelle, what about you? What's your favorite snack of choice?
I don't know. I've been pretty big on Cheez-Its lately.
Ooh.
Radka, how about you?
Definitely like granola bars with chocolate on the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then Heather, you're all natural fruits and vegetables, or just what?
Strawberries are in the backyard right now. It's pretty amazing.
Wait,
And they're coming in already?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Invite us over. I want some strawberries.
Yeah.
Let's party.
They taste so much better when they're grown, when they're
Oh my
homegrown,
gosh! I
rather
bet.
than from the
That's been
store.
my dream.
All right, you got to bring some of those to Huntley
right.
Fall. Save them,
Yeah.
freeze
Oh,
them.
I don't know if they'll be in season.
No, freeze them for me though.
Yeah. freeze them.
Okay.
I love Becky and I will take fresh strawberries, freeze them, and then top them with ice cream.
Yum.
Little sugar on it, top it ice cream. Yeah.
Oh yeah, ice cream makes everything delicious though.
Mhm. Every time I just cry. Lactose intolerant.
Becky, do we have any other questions coming in? One thing. Ask them to tell one thing that no one would know about them.
Oh man.
Oh.
So, what is one thing that, Josie, starting with you, what is one thing that no one knows about you that they would be so interested to learn?
Let's think. Well, I am kind of related to Heather. So, her uncle is married to my aunt's cousin. Wait, what is it? What, is that right? Did I say it right? Yeah, her uncle is married to my aunt's cousin, and we found that out like one time at a show or something, and we're like, what? And like my aunt came, and then like her uncle came, and we were like, and so yeah, we're related.
So you guys didn't know that at all?
No.
No, we had no
idea.
idea.
Nope. Yeah,
So-
so we're like,
Mind blowing.
I know.
here.
I know, mind blowing, right?
So your uncle shows up, your aunt shows up for the show, and they know each other.
they like they know of each other, right, Heather? That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so weird. I don't know. And then we were like, we're sisters. I don't know. It's really weird. So yeah, we're related. So
Yeah.
did that.
Sam, how about you?
Oh my gosh. I was trying to think of something. I feel like I'm very open. So I just tell everybody everything. Um, Something that nobody would know about me. Uh,
It's
well,
a
an
tough
interest.
question.
It
It's
is a
tough.
tough question. I guess people like maybe who like know me from the band and like don't know me personally is I was actually like super involved in school. I feel like people would be surprised to know I was actually like the vice president of my sorority. And I was the president of the women's chorus in school. I just feel like people wouldn't think that about me because I do like all of like this kind of music. It's kind of like a whole nother world being like in a classical school. But so if you didn't go to school with me, that's what I did in college.
Radka, how about you?
Well, for about like 8 years during middle school and high school, I was a competitive rock climber, and I used to do competitions all the time, and I'm like ranked like just below like a national level. That's something I usually don't really talk about a lot.
Do you still climb?
Occasionally, just for fun now. There's a lot of cool rock climbing gyms in Chicago.
There are.
Where is your favorite place to go climbing?
There's this company called First Ascent, and they have like 6 gyms in Chicago. There's one right off the Red Line like stop. It's like on the 5th floor of a building, so like you can climb and like see the views of Chicago at the same time. It's really cool.
That's cool.
Bradka's from Philly, actually. She's from Philly. So little did
Yeah.
anybody know.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
too.
Did you came to Chicago for?
For school, yeah. I just graduated like 4 days ago, actually.
Oh, congratulations.
Woo, thanks.
Kind of graduated. You didn't walk the stage. You didn't do any of that, right?
Yeah, they made us a virtual graduation and put PowerPoint slides of us. So
That's so cute.
It is cute.
Woo!
right.
Becky and I just shot a graduation that was interesting because people would drive up in the car, they'd get out of the car, they'd walk the stage, we'd take a photo, they'd get in their car and they'd leave. And there
Oh.
was nobody there. And it was just like, boom, 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 800 kids in
Oh
one day.
my gosh.
We had 2 stages set up, so it was just crazy that way.
Wow.
Michelle, how about something about you that no one knows?
I really don't know. I've been trying to think. I mean, my life's really boring. There's not much going on.
What's the photos in the background? There's a little shine on your screen there.
Oh, just collages of my family members and some of my old bands.
What bands have you been in?
I mean, I don't think anyone would know them. Just small local bands.
Doing originals or doing covers?
They've all been original bands.
Right on.
She's an extra in like TV shows and movies.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I guess.
I bet no one knew that.
Like what TV shows?
I've been on Empire, Shameless, all the Chicago shows.
Wait, you've been on Shameless? Becky loves Shameless.
Yeah.
One of her favorite shows. What season were you in?
I've
Wait,
been in
no,
a couple.
don't
I don't
answer that
remember.
because she's gonna like want to go watch them all over again. Heather, how about you? Other than you're
I'm
outdoors,
along-
we all know that.
Huh?
We all know that you're an outdoors person now. So
Well, yeah, I guess this kind of falls into it, or why I became, or how I've learned to love the outdoors is I'm a long distance runner.
oh, right on.
I do that I run 4 miles, that's just daily. And sometimes I push it really far, just on occasion. I'm feeling up
Have you
to it.
done marathons? Have you?
Half marathons. I've never done a full marathon.
Yeah. Is that a goal? Is that a plan?
You know what? So I run on every holiday. My dad rides a bicycle next to me and I jog and I think it's 12 miles and I know that about like mile 9 or 10 my knees are telling me to stop,
Yeah.
so I don't know about 26 miles. It's like your body just tells you, like, okay, enough. Stop proving a point.
That's awesome though. I tell people that I like to run if somebody's chasing me, and that's it.
I'm
Oh.
practicing for that. I'm ready. They're gonna chase me.
Yeah, right.
Maybe I have
So,
a chance.
Joe, this is weird. So I have a little story, quick little story that just fits in with you and Heather. It's so crazy. So I'm shooting a band, and I've shot this band, I don't know how many times up until that point, and it's Modern Day Romeos. And we get the photos done, we put them on their Facebook page, and I get a call from the guitar player, Steve Gill. And he goes, "Hey, is your mom and dad Ben and Darlene?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's a weird question coming from you. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Did you guys grow up like in Park Ridge area?" Like, well, my grandmother's there. He's like, "Do you know Uncle Larry?" And I'm like, "Uncle Larry, holy hell, I haven't seen Uncle Larry in like years." He goes, "That's my dad." I know, I swear to God, had no idea at all that for 6 years I shot a band with the guitarist as my cousin.
Wow.
Wow.
Third cousin, I think, but yeah, so crazy. So, and my parents and Uncle Larry hadn't talked for years, and I got them back together. And the way he did it, he saw my name on the photo at the bottom, and he goes, "How do you know Jim Obos? That is so weird." So it's so cool to see that kind of thing happen
I
with
know.
other people. For me, it's just great.
So weird. Huh.
So when you guys come out with this album, do you guys have a name for the album yet, or is that come last?
That'll probably come last.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know if it's gonna be like a full blown album. We might do singles. We might do just a couple songs, an EP. It depends on what we come up with and how we feel about all of it.
So people like me that are asking numerous questions on an interview are probably pushing you guys further into, we should get this album done soon.
Yes, right. It's good though. We need that.
True.
One of the coolest things I think I see you guys do on stage when you're playing in front of a group is you do engage with the fans that are out there. And it doesn't matter what age group. I think you said it before, Josie. It doesn't matter if they're younger or middle-aged or older, you always want to engage. Is that something that you just did, or is that something that just feels good at the moment?
I think it just feels good at the moment. We just don't. We just are there to have a good time, and we know that they are too. And if we can just make them happy for those few hours or whatever in their life, then that is what we plan to do. And it really makes us happy. So.
You guys throw merch out to the fans, you throw
Yes.
wristbands, you throw shirts, you throw.
And I love seeing them so excited, like jumping in the air. I'm like, I promise I'll give you one. Yeah, I love it.
What's your favorite story meeting your fans?
Oh man.
Oh, we can do both. What's your favorite story? And without naming names, what's the other side of that? Your unleashed favorite story.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Does anyone have a good one?
Well, one that was like I think it was like a least Santa favorite because it ended up being pretty funny is a while back. Like I think it was just Josie and I who were in the band. Somebody at like a bar somewhere like jumped up on stage and was like trying to sing along with me, slung their arm around me. And I was like, no. So I started walking to the other side of the stage because he was like falling over on top of me. I was like, I don't want to fall off stage. But so he was a little dizzy and he went to step off the stage and he just went like, bam, just like completely like, bam, right on his face. But he did not drop his beer. He held it in the air. He let himself fall on his face, but he did not drop his beer.
And he's like, I got it. And everyone was so happy that he saved the beer, but his face was probably just red.
Yeah. Well, and you know what we were singing? We were singing Sugar, We're Going Down with
Yes,
we were playing.
and
And we were like, down, down. Yeah. as he was falling down, and somebody caught it on video. We like have it somewhere. Somebody's got it.
I gotta see that.
That is awesome. You guys got to post that back on your page so
Yeah,
everyone
it
can
was
go
great.
look at it.
That was hilarious. I forgot about that.
Heather, how about you? You
I
have
actually
any?
I have a story similar to that. It was before I was with Serendipity. I was in a band where we did like live karaoke and stuff. And there was this really large man, and it was a very small stage, and he fell backwards and he broke my cymbal stand. He just missed me.
Wow.
I could have gotten really hurt because there was cement directly behind me.
Wow.
Yeah, that was terrifying. It was at a golf club too.
Bradka, how about you? You have any good fan stories?
Not any off the top of my head right now, but I just remember one time I was playing a gig, and at the end of the gig, this little girl comes running from the back, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, that's such a cool guitar! Can I hold it? Can I touch it?" And just like seeing the inspiration on her face is like made me like what I want to do music for. Just like seeing all the little kids just always being so excited and like dancing to the music like up front. It's adorable.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it is.
It's always the best. Sometimes like my students and stuff, kids that I teach will come see the shows, and that always makes me so happy. Lately they've been saying like, "I watched your live stream. That was so cool." Like, and it's just so cool that they get to see that, you know? I always encourage them too. One of my students who's an adult really likes the blues, and so I was like, "You have to watch Radka's live stream. Like, she's playing a bunch of blues stuff." And actually Radka even like helped me out the other day and like sent me some suggestions and stuff for us to work on.
Michelle, how about you? Do you have any fun fan stories?
I can't think of any right now.
No.
No.
So I think one of the fun things that I see when you guys are there is when little kids come up to the stage, and it's really fun for me off stage because they're 3 feet underneath the edge of the stage and they're looking up and their faces just looking at you guys. Have you been out anywhere and just been recognized as a, you're my rock star kind of person that you're like, oh, geez, I met you, and that's kind of the fun stuff. But you guys get off stage and you meet those fans anyway. So is there any time that you met them outside of a stage arena and you're walking in a store and somebody say, "Isn't that you?"
Yes, it's happened at Woodfield Mall. There was like this group, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's Serendipity," and they like were hiding behind the clothes, and then they'd look at us, and they were like, and then they would hide again, and we'd see them, and we were like, "Hi," and they're like, "Oh my god," and then they ran away. That was so exciting. That was years ago, but that was so wonderful. We love when people like notice us from the band. We're like, "We love you so much." Yeah, it's amazing.
I went to a trip to Barcelona in Spain, and someone actually recognized me over there. Was like, "Are you Radka?
No way.
You're like the blues guitar player, right?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, hi!"
That's
crazy.
awesome. That is awesome. Let's see. I know there's all of your originals. Abby says that she knows the words to all your originals. Whose originals? Serendipities?
Yeah.
Oh, so Abby Ginter says she knows all the words to all of your originals.
Oh, that's awesome.
Danny Burke comes in and wants to know if there is one artist, male or female, you could have on stage with you, who would it be? Past or present, doesn't matter.
Bob
Who would you
Marley.
like to do a collaboration with? How about that? Heather, what did you say?
I said Bob Marley.
Bob Marley, right?
I gotta say Paul McCartney is mine. I love the Beatles. Everybody knows.
So Beatles or Paul McCartney and Wings or Paul McCartney?
Well, if I'm allowed to have all the Beatles, I'll have all the Beatles.
Right on, all right. I'm a Beatles fan, but I also love Paul McCartney and Wings.
Yeah.
And then just Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Honestly, like all of the Beatles have really awesome solo stuff. Like if you listen through it, some of it is a little Ringo Starr stuff is a little funky and weird, but
Yeah, it's a little obscure for sure.
yeah, but yeah, even I like Paul is probably like my favorite as a solo Beatle.
So how about Julian Lennon? Have you seen or heard any of his stuff?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh my Lord. If you haven't heard any Julian Lennon stuff, first of all, he's an amazing photographer. He's an
Really?
amazing artist in artistry. So Heather, you got to check that out. But Julian Lennon has put out a couple, and I love them. And if you haven't, you have to.
Wow, I had no clue that he was doing music, so I'll have to look into that.
Radka, how about you?
I'd say definitely BB King. He's my hero on the guitar, but I think it'd be really fun to do performance with Bruno Mars. That would be super high energy.
Michelle?
Probably Chick Corea.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a name that you really don't hear much of.
Yeah, he's
lately.
one of my favorites.
I have a Chick Corea album that is a white album cover. I can't remember the name of it. That's hand-drawn faces, and he's with two other players.
Oh yeah.
That's a great album. I love that album. But man, you bring that up. I haven't heard that album in years.
Yeah.
So crazy. So Heather, so out of all the drummers, out of all the players, out of all the people, Bob Marley.
No,
Is that
I
a-
just said that to. I just answer quick when I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense. You're outdoorsy.
You know, my boyfriend always asks me how many eggs do I want, and I say 3 just because I really don't know, and I don't want to spend time thinking about it. But I couldn't really be. I mean, I guess I could be on stage with another drummer, but drums aren't. They don't necessarily work like that.
No, and I get that. I get that. But I mean, you could be, Phil Collins played with Chester Thompson all the time, right?
That's true. I don't know. That's a tough question to answer. Oh.
All right, let's see. Doug Lee, ask Josie if her and Adam are going to put their song available for purchase.
Well, they are actually on, I think they're on something to just download. I think that they posted it through the Seventh Heaven website or something like that, but I'll have to
Like
figure
Spotify or something?
Yeah, I think that it's like downloadable on their Drive thing that they have. I know
Right
that
on.
the first one is, yeah.
You'll put that on your webpage or your Facebook page so people can click it.
Mhm.
So Heather, I do have another question that came in, and I totally forgot about this until just now. And when I read this comment that Becky put in here, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that actually happened. So last year at Huntley Fall Fest, you're playing drums, and somebody came up to the drum kit and kicked you off your drum kit. Number one, how did you feel about you getting kicked off the drum kit? And number two, how did you feel after he sat down and started playing? And you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. At first, I was like, okay, I guess for a little bit. I didn't expect him to sit down. I thought he was just gonna like hit the cymbals a little bit and that's it. And then he sat down. Then I was like, well, I hope he doesn't break anything. And then, and then he kept playing, and I was like, oh, I hope this isn't stressing everyone out right now, like in the band to like keep it going. I was like, oh, oops.
But I mean, it was Stanley from the Blackhawks team, the mascot, or Bear, I'm sorry, from the Bears team, mascot playing your drums, right? So it
Oh,
was
I
just,
don't know because I don't watch sports, so I
yeah.
don't know.
You just see this freaking animal come up and want to play your drums. I'm no lie. I'm standing in front of the stage and I'm like, no, don't, please don't. And then he did. And I was like, oh, geez.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. I mean, it's for me when I see people get up on stage and jump up on stage, grab a microphone or want to play a guitar or think that they can do something that obviously don't go up on stage. You can't do that. You're not the band. But does that do you guys just go, well, it's happening and move on? Or what do you do?
Well, a lot of people want to try to play my drums, when I'm at a show. And if you let one person, then sometimes it will just encourage more. And it'll just bring too much chaos, and so you just can't let anyone.
Crazy. It's just so insane when I see it all the time. All right, so I have another question. Who is your favorite crew guy?
Oh, who asked that? Dad? Was that you? Are you lying?